Hi, my name is Elise Massey, and I am giving a PSA on ageism. Consider your tone. How do you talk to your friends, your partner, your parents, children? We all have preset ideas of how we're supposed to talk to people of different ages. Because we are treated in the same manner and internalize the same concept of how we treat younger people, the adult world views this treatment of youth as appropriate. What if someone talked to you the same way they talk to a child? Almost all of us, in some shape or form, work and interact with young people because we want to help shape society and our future generation. But what happens is that even though we want to form those strong relationships with young people, they are still often mistreated because our brains can't remove the category that we put young people in. This is adultism, which is the behaviors and attitudes based on the assumption that adults are better than young people and entitled to act upon young people without their agreement. Our society reinforces this undesirable behavior and attitude through customs, laws, and social institutions. Adultism is everywhere we look, impacting our relationship with young adults and their agency through subordination and commonplace societal views and treatment. Something can be labeled as adultist if it's undermining of self-confidence and self-esteem, an increasing sense of worthlessness, an increasing feeling of powerlessness, a consistent experience of not being taken seriously, a diminishing ability to function well in the world, a growing negative self-concept, increasing destructive acting out, increasing self-destructive acting in, which is examples of suicide, health, or depression, and or feeling unloved or unwanted. Systematically, disrespect and mistreatment over a period of time is a major source of trouble. Commonplace signs of ageism and abuse of young people are, remember this acronym, APDIC, APDIC. All people draw in color is how I remember it. A standing for abuse, sexual and physical. P standing for punishment and threats. D, denied control. Interactions is I, verbal and nonverbal. And C is community incidents, more likely to be fought, which is a great example of more being able to be likely to be thought of as sketchy in malls or parks, wherever you see young people hanging out. They're more likely to be followed by a police officer and to be asked what they're doing. Young individuals are taught how to act in a submissive manner. They develop a desire for the dominant role as a result of the subordination. This socialization frequently takes place under the disguise of concern for developing suitable behavior in order to stay safe. Young people are taught that adults have the right to speak and act on their behalf. They consequently learn how to have little faith in their own judgment, feelings, or thoughts. People of every culture, religion, and nation are convinced that their ways of thinking about responding to these identities are based on their rationality of the laws, policies, and principles, which is dictated by biology because the designation of young people and elders as social identities are so pervasive. Across many societies, people are sure that the control of members in these two groups by those with more power and more resources and more strength and more size is justified by that size, strength, power, and possession of those resources. Not only members of the dominant group, but also members of the target group hold that belief that it is right for those with more power and resources to make decisions about the lives of those with less power and resources. Young people and older adults alike have accepted the view that members of the dominant group should be the ones who make the decisions that affect their life. Mental illness is increasingly common in young people and may persist throughout their lifetime, as 70% of all lifetime mental illnesses develop by age of 24. Rates of mental illness are rising faster among 18 to 25-year-olds than the rest of the adult population, but the ages between 9 and 11 are where there is a most quickly developing rate of mental illness, specifically depression and eating disorders, which is largely driving the overall increase in rates of mental illness in the United States. What you can do to stop this injustice is look yourself in the mirror and ask how you talk to yourself. Maybe potentially perform an exercise where you ask them a question that you would say to a child and then look back at yourself and say, how would I talk to an adult this way? By doing this, you are helping yourself realize what's going on and how you treat other people, and you'll be able to prevent it in the future. Thank you so much and have a good one.